Back-to-back wins over Arsenal saw us progress to the FA Cup 5th round and keep the gap at just 4 points at the top of the table as well. I promised the Watford fans I will stay this season and give them a year to remember, and right now, I'm not letting them down. It's been a great run of form for me individually, but I know we can't rest on this. With the second half of the season now in full swing, there's some huge games to come, and with us still in the race for the Premier League title, aiming to get back to the FA Cup final again just like last year, and also into the last 16 in the Champions League, we can't let this momentum slow down. With 3 big games today, all domestically, we need to keep this run going, and we're struggling West Brom at home first just after a few days after our victory at the Emirates. We're looking to make it back-to-back wins in the league here. The gaffer's rotated a lot of this side as Johnny Evans makes his debut wearing the captain's armband against his former team, so there's a lot more pressure on me out there to make sure the Hornets get the job done, and I can't let the boys down. First game is the Baggies as we look to keep pace with Spurs and get a big win here at Vicarage Road. Marco Silva, you are a straight up savage. Johnny Evans makes his debut against his former team and is given the captain's armband as well. Unbelievable. But first game today here at home to West Brom. Got to come through and get the win. 2 big victories against Arsenal in the Cup and the League. Need to extend this good run here, get the 3 points and keep pace with Spurs. Massive game, can't afford to slip up. Chadley, nice ball inside, and Jay Rodriguez gives West Brom the lead. Well, how about this for a start and a turn-up? Not many would expect this. West Brom struggling this season in 15th place, but coming to Vicarage Road and taking the early lead just 7 minutes in. Nasser Chadley, the former Spurs man, with a lovely through ball, and Jay Rodriguez gets in behind Johnny Evans and slots it in the near post. Watford 0, West Brom 1, and a very bad start as the former Southampton man gives the Baggies a shock lead. It's hardly the dream debut that Johnny Evans was expecting here. Maybe wearing a captain's armband, but we almost went 2-0 down there. A scramble, Cabasele has to clear under the pressure of Rodriguez. That could have been in for his second goal there. It's still 1-0. West Brom starting off brighter, looking much better, and we are yet to get going. But maybe we can change that here, as I'll play it back to Penaranda and through the gap, and success is there, success is there. Back it goes, Penaranda, Bellarabi, and oh God, an awful finish. And I gotta say right now, this is shades of season 1. Bellarabi sends me through. Nice turn, but an awful attempt. I just can't get it sorted in front of goal anymore. Jay Rodriguez flicks it through. Van der Beek, brilliant through ball. And Gareth Barry doubles the lead for West Brom. 2-0 up in the first half, and 2 saw this coming. 33 minutes in, trailing by 2, and Alan Pardew's side are stunning us here at Vicarage Road. Well, a simple ball through, flicked on by Jay Rodriguez, a lovely through ball to split the defence, and Gareth Barry levers one into the far corner as the West Brom captain gets his 5th of the year. Watford 0, West Brom 2, and we need to step it up in the second half, otherwise we are not going to come back from this. We're approaching half time, still trailing by 2, and at the moment it's West Brom who are looking so good out there as Sherby finds Kieran Gibbs. You could perhaps say fatigue's played a part, obviously with the win coming over Arsenal in the week, coming back from London, not feeling fully fresh, but that's not an excuse in my book. I've played poorly, the team's not played well, and just in general it's been a very poor first half. And as we'll trot off to the dressing room at the break, there'll be boos echoing around Vicarage Road, because right now we trail 2-0 to struggling West Brom at home, and they're going to lose ground in the title race against Spurs. This is a disastrous result. Barry lost out to Ducore, who sends me through. Maybe a chance here for us to half the deficit. Quick little turn, and I'll roll it into Penaranda. Penaranda, success to me. Lovely build-up. Oh, God, no! No! Lovely build-up. Played it perfectly. And 9 minutes after the restart, I've messed up again. If we lose this game, all the blame falls on my shoulders. I take all the blame. We're 2-0 down, I've missed 2 golden chances, and in a big game with no Andre Gray, I've needed to step up and put the ball in the back of the net. And instead, I've completely failed. Andre Gray is finally coming on with 3.5 minutes to go, but it's too little too late, surely. as we still trail by 2. I've had an absolute shocker here in front of the home crowd. All the boos will be directed at me come the final whistle after a terrible performance where I spurned 2 golden chances to score some goals and give us what we needed. But instead, West Brom are going to come here, get a shocking win, a massive one, in their bid to stay up. And our title hopes are taking a massive, massive blow. Foster makes the save on Andre Gray, and it'll be turned behind for a goal kick. Cabaselli must have touched it on its way out. And that will do it. West Brom are going to come to Vicarage Road, claim the 3 points. We'll lose by 2 goals to 0. And we may have beaten Arsenal back-to-back in the league and the cup, but those wonderful memories are erased completely. A terrible display individually, a terrible performance. West Brom get the win, and for us, a massive, massive blow in our race for the title. It was no surprise that after the game, the cameras panned to me looking dejected and hopeless. I let the fans down, I took all the responsibility. Our 2-0 loss at home to West Brom was not the way we wanted to start today's episode off. I was all over the place, I missed 2 golden one-on-one chances, and quite frankly, it was an abysmal performance, one of my worst of my career. A terrible defeat was made even worse after the game, seeing that Spurs beat Brighton and now move 7 points clear at the top of the table with 14 games to go. I took full responsibility for the loss, and if we now watch Spurs run away with the title heading into the final 14 games, I'll take a lot of the responsibility due to a really poor performance in a game we simply couldn't afford to lose. But after the game, we also found out that Leeds will be our opponents for our 3rd and final game today in the FA Cup round of 16 away at Ellen Road. But for the second game, we've got to focus back on the Premier League as we travel away from home to take on Brighton at the Amex Stadium, where I need a response and Watford need a win. Right now the gap extended to 7 points. If we are to keep pace with Spurs, these are the games we can't afford to slip up in. We need a response. I need to play much better in this one and make amends to the travelling fans. We're back to a stronger league lineup, we're back to a much better team, but I know for sure I'll need a much better performance if Watford are to get the win. Second game, Brighton away. I need to play better. Watford need to win. 33 minutes into the game. Still we are deadlocked at 0-0, waiting for our first chance of the game as Doucouré finds Richarlison, who can send me down left-hand side here, and it might come here as Gray is getting into the middle. I've got Lewis Dunk ahead of me, and I've pushed a touch on far too much there. And you can see my ratings now drop down to a 5.6. I'm following up a terrible display at home to West Brom with an even worse display here. 5.1 now. 5.1. I'm lacking confidence. I'm playing terribly. I need to respond. Can I do something here? Andre tackled. And Shane Duffy gets it away. A half of no chances. We need to get something created. We need to win. Ryan sends it out wide towards Bauer. I'm chasing the ball back, but I'm chasing shadows for the most part at the moment. Just look like Bambi on ice out there, just running around, but can't seem to keep my bearings, can't seem to keep my balance, and can't seem to do anything. Good tackle there by Lukaku though, and we need a response here. We need a goal. We're approaching the hour mark. We're still tied at 0-0. Gray is tackled by Duffy. That's my ball. That's my ball. Andre, please, mate, please. Ryan with the save. It wasn't a good through ball. It was too heavy. It was too heavy. That's my bad on Andre there. Still 0-0, an hour into the game. And a golden chance created from some hustle, but the ball was awful. Zappacosta on the ball, into Shaloba. And now Doucouré, out wide to Chamberlain. Chamberlain on the ball, back to Doucouré, in to Richarlison. Gray, Richarlison, me, yes! 1-0! I'm sorry to the travelling fans, I'm sorry, I'll let you down against West Brom, but not again! Not again! Brighton 0, Watford 1, and that's the response we needed, and that's the response I needed. Togetherness. When a bro's feeling down, you pick him back up, and the teammates come and celebrate with me as our Farasini equalised. It wasn't the best of finishes. It might have taken the slightest of nicks off Shane Duffy to deceive Matt Ryan, but it was on target, and you better believe I'm claiming it. Brighton 0, Watford 1, and my word did I need that. Come on the Hornets! One final chance for Brighton. Lewis Dunk, deep cross, headed on by Solly March and Priddle clear. And that should do it. Referee, where is that final whistle? Is Corredo controls, and that will do it. A huge victory for Watford and a massive response individually and with the team. Brighton 0, Watford 1. We get the win, and for myself, redemption. A massive, massive goal. The game winner to give us the much needed 3 points. Come on! I knew heading into that game I needed a response, and what a way to deliver it. I need to make amends to the travelling fans, say sorry for the awful display against West Brom that cost us any points whatsoever, and this was the way to get it done. My goal in the game turned out to be the winner as we beat Brighton by 1-0, the perfect way to say sorry. And after the game, the win turned out to be even bigger because Spurs were beat by Swansea by 2-1 away in Wales as the Welsh side climbed out the relegation zone, and that loss for Poch's boys saw us cut the gap at the top of the table back to 4 points. It's fantastic news knowing that we're back to square one like it was at the start of the episode. With 13 games to go, we're still playing catch up and we'll need to perform better. I didn't play especially well, but at least we got the job done. And I guess that's the most important thing. But for our third and final game of today's episode, we're looking for a better performance from the team and a bigger win as we take on Leeds United away at Elland Road, taking on the Championship side in the FA Cup round of 16. This could prove to be quite a tricky test for the Hornets, and a cup set could possibly be on the cards, with Leeds having such a great home crowd at Elland Road, and us right now only picking up 1 goal in our last 2 games and losing at home to West Brom as well. We're desperate to make sure that doesn't happen and get through to the FA Cup quarter-finals. It's Leeds United, the third and final game today in the FA Cup last 16, as we aim to get through, hopefully with minimal fuss, and I'm looking for a better team display and once again a better individual performance. Luke Ayling for Leeds, and now Vieira with a lovely through ball, but it is cut out by Conte. And as I'll receive it and send Richarlison down left-hand side. Our first chance could fall early here with the Brazilian on the turn. Keeping hold of the ball and finding Gray. Gray to my feet. Richarlison's out wide, but instead I'll fake the pass and play it in to Doucouré. And now Gray! Oh, yes! What a finish, Andre. A quick little pass to Doucouré, a lovely through ball. And Andre Gray gives us the lead with a wonderful strike and makes it Leeds 0, Watford 1. Well, that was a lovely little goal there. Quick pass to Doucouré as I faked it to Richarlison, and Doucouré's through ball was perfect, and Gray's finish just as perfect. Right into the top corner, no chance for Wiedwald. Leeds 0, Watford 1, perfect start. And Leeds may be trailing, but they certainly won't give up. A very resilient team. As that tackle by Conte sees Richarlison play it through to me down left-hand side, but maybe a chance here for a second goal. I'll feed Gray and run in behind, and what a chance here if Andre sees me, and a great chance here to go 2 goals up. Pontus Jansson takes me down, and it's a penalty as well. He may have won the ball, but huge contact with me after the Ronaldo chop, as he only won it by handling it, I think. And I'm coming to confront him. I don't really need to. I've won the spot kick and he's been booked as well. But it's a definite penalty. There's huge contact there. Even though he did slightly touch the ball with his arm, it's a definite spot kick and a chance to go 2 goals up. Gray's going to take it, and a great chance to double our lead. Half an hour in and make it 2-0. It's Gray against Wiedwald with a chance for his second goal of the game. And Andre Gray fires it into the bottom corner. Goalkeeper goes the right way but couldn't keep it out. Leeds 0, Watford 2. And 31 minutes in, it's been the perfect start here at Elland Road. So second half underway, still we lead by 2, courtesy of Andre's brace in the first half. And that's a lovely through ball by him as well. He's having a brilliant game today here at Elland Road. So I'll wait for the overlapping run of Lukaku, but then fake the pass and cut inside and try and release Gray if I can for his hat-trick. Oh, just wide the post and behind for a goal kick. I'd love to get in the match would if I could, because he's played so well this afternoon. He definitely deserves it. We're still leading by 2. And as things stand, 40 minutes away from progressing to the FA Cup quarter-finals. I may not have got the assist for either of Gray's goals, but I won the penalty for our second and got the hockey assisted wheel for our first goal. I've played well, and I've definitely made amends and definitely responded after such a poor performance home to West Brom. Into stoppage time, we have played the additional 2 minutes. We are just waiting for the finals to come any second now, which will confirm progress to the FA Cup quarter-finals, and there it is. The final whistle blown. Leeds United 0, Watford 2. Elland Road, always a tough place to come, but Gray's brace in the first half separates the sides, and that will do it. Back-to-back wins, back-to-back clean sheets, progression to the FA Cup quarter-finals, cutting the gap at the top of the table to 4 points as well. That's the way to end today's episode off after a really poor start. And weirdly enough, after the game, I'm just noticing after what was a pretty decent individual display, I was given an assist for one of the 2 goals we scored. Now, I know in fantasy football when you're fouled and the player converts the penalty, the player that won the penalty gets given the assist. I didn't think that happened in FIFA. But obviously it does. I didn't get the assist for our first goal, but the penalty I won off Pontus Jansson meant I did get the assist for the penalty we scored through Andre Gray. So 2-0 the final score. Gray's brace sends us through. We deserved a win. We were the better team. And I'm so pleased I've picked it up and we've picked it up after that loss to West Brom. There's some massive games to come as we approach the business end of the season, both in the FA Cup, the Premier League, but also in the Champions League as well, with so many tough fixtures remaining, and with Besiktas away in Turkey and next game in the Champions League round of 16 first leg. I gotta say, I'm excited for the end of this season. It sure does promise to be an absolutely amazing one. But that will end today's episode of My Player though, guys, so a big thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. And if you have enjoyed tonight's episode, then please do drop a like, as likes are, of course, very much appreciated. And it will help the channel out as well. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic evening. And I'll see you for the next episode of My Player, featuring some absolutely massive games, including Besiktas away in Turkey, very soon.